tutorial I'm going to talk to you about, guys, is all to do with using the different sorts of rubbers that we've got on Photoshop. So we'll start with this. So I've got a picture, and you'll find that we've got our rubbers, and we've got in our rubber menu we've got the eraser, we've got a background eraser, and we've got a magic eraser. Now the eraser tool is just the bog standard eraser, and what that will do is that will delete anything it draws on. The background eraser will delete a background, and the magic eraser will delete anything that is that colour that you click on. So let's have a look at the eraser tool first of all. Okay, so what we've got, guys, at the top we've got our menus. Now, the first thing we need to think about when we use rubber is what sort of brush do we want to use, and what sort of brush size. So let's have a look at the brush. Brushes, if they're hard and circle, that means that it will delete that and it will leave quite a sharp edge. Whereas if we go for something like that, that means that the brush sort of fades away. Away from where we're deleting. So let's just select that for a second. I'll show you what I mean by that. Oh, we're using the eraser, aren't we? So okay, let's have a look at two different examples. So here we go, and we've got our diameter in here, and we've got the hardness. Hardness is to do with how hard we press, or how hard the brush is on the paper. So the lower the hardness, the less, see that it's around the outside that we can see that it's leaving like a sort of a fade out effect, whereas if we turn the hardness all the way up, see it leaves that sort of effect. So let's show you that a bit closer up. So the hardness is all to do with, if we put the hardness down to low, we can see that it leaves us a fade out effect around the outsides, whereas if we turn the hardness up to the top, see that it leaves us a very hard effect. So we use different types of brushes for different things. Anyway, so let's zoom out. So let's just show you the eraser tool. So if we use a hard brush, we can see that we can rub out things like that. Okay, and it leaves us a nice white background. But see that there's no sort of blur out at the edge. If we use, again, if we use a different brush, one of these, we can see that that leaves us a fade out airbrush type effect, which is better in some ways compared to that on that side. If you see, look at the difference between that and that. Quite a big difference. Okay, so that's basically the eraser tool, and that's what you can use it for. It'll rub out anything. Yeah, you can use it anywhere. It's a good tool. But you need to get closer in, obviously, and use a smaller brush size for these fine strokes. Okay, so let's have a look at background eraser tool. Right, background eraser tool is quite good. That does everything. See that the pattern's changed now. It's gone from white, which was on the eraser tool, to a checkered pattern. Basically, the checkered pattern means that the image can be transparent, or this bit will be transparent when we set it as a if we save it in a certain file type, which is good for some things. So again, what we've got is, again, we can change this, make the brush higher, and you can see that what it does is, which is a bit better than the previous brush, especially if we, let's just go out for a minute. Okay, what we can see is that it actually deletes the background colour. So what it's doing is it's leaving all the black. See on the hair? Which is definitely a lot better for you if you are doing erasing backgrounds of people, which no doubt you will be for your photo, for your print stuff that you're doing. So the good thing about the background eraser is that it will delete the background colour of what you've selected on, and it also allows you to get really close in case you've got stuff like hair, anything which is a bit more fiddly to delete. Let's see, and we see leaving all the nice hair around there. Again, you've got a tolerance, so the higher up the tolerance, we put it up to 100, you'll see that it will start to delete the hair there, because it's saying that it's removing 100% of that. Remember the tolerance, keep it between 50, maybe you might need to go even less for some, if you're getting some really close up stuff like to 20, just to make sure that you're removing everything that you need to remove. Okay, so the final one, magic eraser tool. Let's go back to there. Again on here, magic eraser. See that this all changes here? All that is a case of just clicking once. It's a bit like the magic wand in the terms that it will delete the same colour or the same aspect that you're looking at. You can see it will take it out. Now, for people, really, the rule goes that if you're editing stuff and doing it in backgrounds with people, you want to use the background eraser tool. The magic eraser can be used for deleting sort of plain backgrounds quite quickly, And the eraser tool can be used for other things within this. So, you know, for maybe if you're doing special effect, some sort of graphics, you might use the eraser tool. So I hope that is quite helpful.